It was the beginning of a bright autumn semester at Columbia University in New York City, a time when the leaves outside the campus trees painted the sidewalks in warm hues of orange and gold. I, Emma Carter, had just enrolled in my sophomore year, eager to pursue my passion for art. Ever since I was a child, I loved painting. My parents had always encouraged me, filling our home with canvases and colors, but I had never taken formal classes until now. The campus was buzzing with students rushing to classes, chatting excitedly about their new schedules. I was nervous yet thrilled about my first art studio class. The professor for the course, Mr. Andrew Mitchell, was known for his inspiring teaching style and incredible ability to help students unlock their potential. When I entered the spacious studio on the first day, the scent of paint and turpentine filled the air, mingling with the chatter of classmates setting up their easels. Professor Mitchell greeted us warmly. He was a tall man in his early 40s, with kind eyes behind round glasses and a calm demeanor that immediately put everyone at ease. He spoke passionately about art being a language without words, a way to express what words could not reach. "I want each of you to find your own voice through your brushstrokes," he said. "Art is about honesty, vulnerability, and discovering yourself." The first project was simple, a self-portrait. But as I stared at the blank canvas, anxiety crept in. How could I possibly capture my own essence in paint? I was used to sketching casually, but this was different. It was about unveiling who I truly was. Days passed, and I struggled with my canvas. I often stayed after class, brushing faint shapes that never quite felt right. One afternoon, as I sat quietly, Professor Mitchell approached. He knelt beside me, looking at my hesitant strokes. "Emma," he said gently, "art is not about perfection. It's about courage. What do you feel when you look at yourself?" I sighed. "I feel uncertain. Like I'm not sure who I am yet." He smiled. "Then paint that uncertainty. Let it flow through your brush." That moment was a turning point. I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and began to paint what was inside. Soft blues for my doubts, warm yellows for hope, and bold reds for my hidden determination. Slowly, the canvas transformed from a blank space to a window into my soul. Professor Mitchell's guidance was steady and encouraging throughout the semester. He taught us techniques and art history, but more importantly, how to embrace imperfection and express our true feelings. One project involved painting a landscape that held personal meaning. I chose to paint Central Park in early spring, remembering the afternoons I spent there with my family, the budding flowers symbolizing new beginnings. Professor Mitchell praised my use of light and shadow, pointing out how the painting evoked a peaceful yet hopeful mood. He often stayed after class, giving individual feedback. His critiques were always constructive, focusing on strengths and gently guiding improvements. I admired how he treated everyone with respect and kindness. Outside of class, I saw Professor Mitchell around campus sometimes. He always greeted me with a nod and a smile. Once, I asked him about his own journey as an artist. He shared that he had struggled with self-doubt too, but found his passion through teaching. "Helping students find their voice is the most rewarding part of my work," he said. As the semester progressed, my confidence in painting grew. I experimented with colors and styles, exploring abstract art alongside realistic sketches. Professor Mitchell encouraged this exploration, reminding us that art has no boundaries. For the final project, we were to create a series of 3 paintings that told a story. I chose to depict the stages of personal growth, from uncertainty to discovery to confidence. The first canvas was a swirl of muted colors, representing confusion. The second showed emerging shapes and vibrant tones, symbolizing awakening. The last was a bold portrait of a young woman standing tall, eyes bright with self-assurance. During the final critique session, Professor Mitchell spoke about the importance of storytelling in art. When he reached my work, he paused thoughtfully. "Emma, this series shows incredible growth, not just as an artist, but as a person. Your brushstrokes carry honesty and strength. This is what art is about." I felt a warm glow of pride and gratitude. What started as a simple class had become a journey of self-discovery, led by a professor who believed in nurturing the soul behind the art. After graduation, I continued to paint and even held my own gallery exhibition in New York. The lessons from Professor Mitchell stayed with me. Art is not just about skill but about expressing the truth within. Years later, when I returned to Columbia for a guest lecture, I found Professor Mitchell still teaching, still inspiring new students with his calm wisdom and passion. Looking back, I realized that my professor's strokes did more than teach me painting techniques. They transformed my innocence and uncertainty into a confident voice expressed through art.